You ever notice how people tell you to just relax the same way they tell a drowning person to just swim? Because if you could relax, you already would have. That's the hook. The real problem isn't that you don't know how to relax, it's that your body literally doesn't believe it's allowed to. And once you see why, a lot of shit you've been blaming on yourself suddenly makes sense. Here's the part that's new for most people. Relaxation is not a skill you activate with breathing techniques or candles or a fucking yoga app. Relaxation is a permission state. Your nervous system either allows it, or it blocks it. And if you're an insomniac, if you're wired all the time, if even rest days feel tense and pointless, your system isn't broken. It's stuck in protection mode. Not panic, not full-on anxiety, just a constant low-grade, stay sharp setting that never fully shuts off. During the day, this shows up as being productive but edgy, focused but tight. You're handling things, responding, thinking ahead, managing yourself. Even when nothing bad is happening, your body is still acting like something might. So when you finally get a chance to relax, evening, weekend, vacation, lying on the couch, your system doesn't go, "Oh great, we're safe now." It goes, "Cool, now we finally have space to scan for everything we've been holding back." That's why rest feels uncomfortable. That's why your thoughts get louder when you stop. That's why you feel more tense when you try to unwind. And this is where most advice completely misses the point. People assume the problem is overstimulation, too much phone, too much caffeine, too much dopamine. Sure, those don't help, but they're not the core issue. The core issue is that your nervous system never learned how to complete a stress cycle. You don't finish the day, you just stop moving. So the system stays open, and an open system doesn't relax, it waits. This is also why things like scrolling, background noise, podcasts, and YouTube feel weirdly soothing. Not because they relax you, but because they distract your awareness just enough that your nervous system doesn't have to fully feel itself. If you want the full breakdown of how this pattern forms and how to reverse it without forcing yourself into more tension, that's exactly what I mapped out step by step in the guide. But even without it, this next part is important. When your body doesn't trust stillness, it treats relaxation like exposure. Silence feels unsafe, doing nothing feels wrong, sitting with yourself feels heavy, so your system keeps you slightly activated on purpose. That tight chest, that restless energy, that feeling of never fully landing, that's not failure, that's protection. Your body learned, at some point, that dropping guard wasn't safe, and it hasn't gotten the update yet that things are different now. Here's the mistake people make. They try to relax from the top down. They use their mind to force calm onto a body that doesn't agree. That always backfires. You end up frustrated, more aware of tension, and convinced there's something wrong with you. There isn't. You just can't talk a nervous system out of a state it learned through experience. What actually works is rebuilding safety before relaxation is even an option. Not in bed, not on the couch, earlier. Most insomniacs and chronically tense people never give their system a clear signal that the day is done. No transition, no downshift, no completion. Just straight from doing into supposed to be resting. From your nervous system's perspective, that's like slamming the brakes at 80 miles per hour and wondering why the car skids. When you fix the transition, and yeah, this is something I go deep into in the guide, something wild happens. You stop chasing relaxation. It starts showing up on its own. Your body exhales without you telling it to. Your thoughts slow down without effort. You don't feel the urge to distract yourself constantly. Rest stops feeling like a task and starts feeling boring. And boring is good. Boring means safe. This is also why sleep issues and can't relax issues are the same problem in different outfits. At night, your body doesn't shut down because it never shut down during the day. It stayed slightly mobilized the whole time. So when everything goes quiet, your system doesn't drop, it scans. That's not insomnia, that's unresolved activation. And no amount of supplements or hacks fixes that if the underlying pattern stays intact. If this is hitting a little too close to home, here's your first CTA. Stop trying to relax harder. That's not the move. The move is changing the conditions that make relaxation possible. Second CTA, if you want a clear, non-bullshit map of how to teach your nervous system to actually feel safe again, not calm, safe, that's what the guide is for. No hacks, no motivation talk, just the mechanics of how the system works and how to unwind it. Third CTA, if you've been telling yourself, this is just how I am now, don't. This state is learned, and learned states can be unlearned. The biggest shift most people have is realizing they weren't bad at relaxing. They were just trying to relax inside a system that never got the signal it was allowed to stop. Once that signal is restored, everything else gets easier. Sleep, focus, mood, even enjoyment. You don't force your way back into those. Your nervous system lets you in. And when that happens, relaxation stops being something you chase. It becomes something that finds you when you're not even trying.